Hello and welcome back to Black Dice Gaming. So we've got another unboxing today and we're going to be looking at the Goblin Infantry. We've also got the blister packs here to have a look at as well. So we can have a look at the champions and the drummer and the shaman and the great goblin and whatnot. Let's put them to a side for a second. So here we go, let's have a look at the box. Artwork. These are unusual goblins. They're not the sort of typical Games Workshop big nose quirky looking sneaky goblins. These are quite vicious looking goblins that do contain enough to make 30 28mm models. Have a look at the back here at some painted up examples. You can see what I mean. They've made them look really dirty, really grimy, really tough looking smaller orcs basically. A little example of how they go together just there. But let's have a look at the models themselves. Okay, so that was the square bases, but it's fallen on the floor. You've seen them before, there's nothing new there. So looking at some head options here, we've got, bring it into focus, there we go. So we've got helmeted, unhelmeted heads, plenty of options there. Got some of your hand weapons just to the side here. Various looking hand weapons, swords and axes and a big mace there. Looking at the bodies, there's quite a few. I do like these sort of poses. They're so much easier to sort of create like a sentry looking model where he's carrying a shield and a spear. The lunging ones are a little bit different. I always find them a little bit awkward to model with, but really nice poses. Just look at the back there, you can see nice bits of armour, some cloth, all sorts of detail in these ones here. Shields, very simple round shields, nothing too complex there. A selection of arrows and quivers if you wanted to make your archers. There's some of your bows just here. Obviously, as always, there's enough parts to make either 5 handheld weapons with shields, 5 spearmen, 5 archers on each sprue. So 6 sprues in total, giving you 30 models. Some more spears and quiver and whatnot. Up towards the top here, we have the sort of command section of the sprue. We've got a head here. An arm, nice looking axe, and we've got your standard pole just there. So, something different this time. I've actually built a few up. So I've done an archer just here. Okay. Giving him one of the cloth helmets. You see that is kind of like a hunched over, smaller orc looking character, but very nice model. I used the champion axe on this guy with the champion head. I haven't attached shields because I'm probably going to paint them at some point, but there you go. And then I've done a spearman, again no shield attached, but just to give you an idea of what they'll look like. You see that sentry sort of pose that I was talking about. There you go. That's the spearman I did. Okay, so looking at the blisters now, I'm just going to crack this open. Let's start with the drummer. So here we have the drummer. I appreciate something's just falling over there. There we go. Never work with pets this and I understand why now. There we go, so there's your drummer. Nice model. A little bit of clean up, but you know, you expect that, don't you? It's part of the game. So this is the goblin, or the great goblin, should I say? Goblin King, if you wish. Seems to have a much bigger face than the others. It might just be how I'm looking at it, but it's a nice model, nice pose. Do like this one. Okay, lovely cloak work on the back there, some fur to be painting. Okay, and then we've got, last but not least, the Shaman. Nice looking model. Another pelt to be painted up. So in comparison to the other models, bearing in mind that these are on bases, you know, the stand maybe a little taller, you'd argue, but then they are supposed to be sort of character figures. I think the Great Goblin is probably, I mean, he's bigger overall, definitely, which is what you'd want, really. Okay. Right, so let's have a look at the champions. Just cracking this one open. So in this one, we have your hand weapon champion. Again, one of those beefy looking goblins, bordering on getting away with being orcs. So they're the new orc models. I haven't made any of the new orc models up, but I have done a video on them. Maybe it would have been nice to do a comparison on those as well, really. This one with a whip, an unusual weapon to carry into war with you, but you know, very nice. Lots of detail, lots of things to get your creative juices flowing, and then the double-handed axe wielding goblin just here. Alright, and there we go again. Let's do a comparison. This is the champion I made up out the box. Yeah, you can see overall they are beefier models, aren't they, the metal ones, but I suppose you would expect that with metal. But yeah, anyway, that just about wraps this up. Hope you've enjoyed. It's been a little while because I've been feeling a little bit under the weather of late, but feeling much better now. But please feel free to drop me a like. I'd love it if you'd be able to subscribe. But if not, I shall hopefully see you in the next one.